My name is Karen Maraza. I'm a fourth-year resident artist, and I'll be doing Pamina as well. This is going to be my debut, and goodbye in Mozart.
And you know, when we first started working on this, I was telling Maestro that these two arias, even though on paper and when you listen to them, they sound very simple, for me to, to really kind of pull them off and give them all of the meaning and depth, and at the same time doing it with absolute ease. This is two of the most difficult arias that I sing, because you don't have anywhere to hide. The orchestra, the piano part, it's very simple, and all you really hear is the line and what you're singing, and it's very, very easy to kind of, lift off the voice or do something technically not good. And it's important to remember that while you're, trying to keep the voice flowing and all of that, that you really are, trying to imbue it with meaning. You're talking about gods, you're talking about these supernatural entities, and I grew up, actually, I'm really, really happy to be doing this opera as my last opera at AVA, because this is the very first opera that I saw as a kid in Vienna, growing up when I was 7 or 8 years old. And we've been having some interesting discussions about pronunciation, because German is kind of full of pitfalls for me, because I tend to pronounce things the Austrian way. So I will say Sarastro instead of Sarastro. So the S is pronounced differently. And we came across some pronunciation difficulties the other day with Mr. Buckman, when my pronunciation of the words to walk around and to be amazed at something are the exact opposite of what they are in American English. So I would say, I am wondering at something and I'm wandering about. And so I was told that I had to say wander for walking around. Anyway, so I thought that would be a funny anecdote to share. So I didn't say my name. I'm Anthony Schneider, and I'm a bass in my 4th year, so I'm just finishing up.
And he's from New Zealand, although educated in...
Well, I was born in Austria. My dad is Austrian, and so he spoke more of a kind of provincial Austrian accent, where it's kind of really southern in a way. Everything is kind of dropped and guttural and in the jaw. I remember when I first started singing, I really struggled with not pulling my tongue down the back so much, and my wife still tells me that when I get angry, I sort of get very Germanic and It's called Isis und Osiris, and they're the 2 Egyptian gods, and Freemasonry has a lot of this very ancient imagery of these ancient symbols, these ancient gods, like the all-seeing eye and all of that kind of stuff.